I've already raged. I've already gone insane. Okay, I'm calm now. I had to regain my composure before making this video because fucking Furuta, the revelation, man. Plus, my boy Sasaki got his arm sliced off. That cliffhanger is utterly dirty. I'm not even gonna do that to me, Ishida. MATSUMAE is dead. This is why Ishida's a genius. What the man can do with the pen is straight disgusting. He's a savage. He's crazy, dude, because fucking you mean to tell me, and bear with me, it's probably going to be a long video, you mean to tell me that Kijima, whose death throes were utterly disturbing, dude, that shit, oh my, I haven't seen something that twisted in quite some time. The man said, "Say cheese, I want cheese," with his skull split in half and his arm chopped off, proceeds to cackle as he charges MATSUMAE and goes to his death. He was like, yo. But anyway, I digress. You mean to tell me this man was a red herring this entire time to divert my gaze, to captivate my perception, and keep me from looking any more closely at anyone else in the CCG and suspecting them because I was so wrapped up in the fact that this man was clearly a fiend, torturing ghouls. His methods were so unorthodox from the look and the character design and my whole association with him in jail. I was convinced that he had ties to the ghoul world, that he was potentially part of V, that he associated with the NATO, and everything that I've put on that man's head is now on fucking Furuta, and it's larger than that because we know he has the ties to Pierrot. The Souta Theory is most apt, but here's the thing right now. I've already gone back and looked at every instance of Furuta's appearance in the entirety of this manga. Entirety of Tokyo Ghoul. From part 1, back when Toka saw him at Kami. Even had I been looking more closely at Furuta, whose name I didn't even fucking remember until this chapter, I wouldn't have seen it. The man is too clean. It's disturbing how fucking clean he is, dude. Even in this chapter, because nobody's gonna know about the events that just transpired, he's going to continue his infiltration of the CCG. The man is insane. He's been so low-key up until this time, until these fucking handful of pages where I was just like, yo, this slippery bastard, this fiend, are you fucking kidding me? He's crazy. MATSUMAE. R.I.P., dude. Like, yo, at least she got her vengeance for the clan, but dude, she did not deserve to be hack and slashed with this fucking chainsaw, all for the Furuta revelation. Oh my god, I love MATSUMAE. Even though she killed it was instrumental, and granted Mairo was the one that landed the finishing blow, but she was instrumental in killing my girl Hairu, who, yes, she deserved it, and yes, she was a fiend, but I loved her. She was sexy as shit, and I still loved MATSUMAE. I still loved her, and she did not, but Furuta, man, I would love to have started this video talking about the Shu versus Sasaki fight, and we'll get there, or that cliffhanger ending, which was dirty as shit. But that's not what made this chapter. What made this chapter was the Furuta revelation. Okay, and plus I know that it's Kanae that swooped in there and cut off my boy's arm. So we can table that for now. If it's Sota, which is instantly what I was thinking too, based on the character design and everything like that, plus the fact that we know the spy that's infiltrated the CCG has ties to Pierrot, and plus I'm putting everything that I had on my boy Kijima's head. I don't even know why I called him my boy. He's not my boy. He's a fucking disgusting. No R.I.P. for Kijima. The man deserved everything that was coming to him. The death throes were disgusting. That's all I can really say. That's all I can really say. But everything I had on his head goes on Furuta's head right now for me. And there's so many questions I have and so many things to consider. This isn't going to be too in-depth because I haven't spent that much time looking into other possibilities. But I'm just going to run through the thoughts I have as far as Furuta is concerned. If it is in fact Sota, this would indicate to me that Sota is a human being. Because there's nothing that says that every single, person in Pierrot has to be a ghoul. Just like how Chie associates with Tsukiyama, for example, Sota, if Sota is Furuta, or Furuta, let's just, I don't want to make them one and the same quite yet, even though that's the theory that I'm latching on to most heavily. I don't want to make them one and the same most yet. But Furuta, there's nothing that says, even with this revelation, that Furuta has to be a ghoul. And we've seen no indication of that. And that does not preclude him from being Sota, because we've never seen Sota. We haven't seen so much as a Kakugan. We've never seen the man's kagune. Yes, he's been lurking behind the scenes throughout the entire series. He's been instrumental in everything that's, transpired. But there's no confirmation of him being a ghoul 100%. So, if he is in fact a ghoul, if Furuta is a ghoul, then what the fuck is up with the CCG protocol? The only way I could, because for Kijima, even when I was, theory crafting that he was part of V, I still, and had ties to Donatsu and everything like that, I still thought he was a human being. Until last chapter where he got sliced in half, I was like, this couldn't be the end of things. He has to regenerate or something like that. But Furuta's revelation is akin to, the truth has been revealed. The spy has been revealed. The man and stuff, it's no longer Kijima. Everything that was fiendish about Kijima is on Furuta right now. Right? He's fucking crazy. He's fucking insane. Alright, but if he is in fact a ghoul who somehow managed to skirt the RC cell detection, that would indicate to me that he's on Eto's level. That he's potentially a one-eye on Eto's level who's able to do something like this. If not, then there's a couple more ways it could go. But ultimately, if that were the case, then it can't be Sota for me. Because Sota's not. Unless Sota is in fact the true leader of Pierrot and the faction that's taking him. I know Uta runs this faction, but maybe he's just the figure of the faction. And we know that Uta said that there is somebody above him. There is a boss of Pierrot actually moving. That's what he said to Renji and Toka. So if Furuta is a one, let's say on Eto's level, then that would indicate to me that this is the boss of Pierrot. Because of the very fact that we know the spy is the one that gave Uta and the rest of Pierrot the information of what was going to transpire at the auction. But I don't latch on to that whole thought process that heavily, and I truly believe that Furuta is still a human being based on this dialogue. But let's dive into the chapter. I want to go page by page. I'm gonna put the shades on, man, because I've just been sitting here. Like it's been like an hour since I read the chapter. You don't even understand. Like I've just been sitting here enthralled in hype, man. It's insane. But these opening pages, Ishida's reached a new plateau. With the last page with Sasaki's arm going flying and the blood just splattering everywhere, with Kijima's death throes, look at him cackling with the chains on his hand, dude. Yo, he reached a new level, a new plateau with the gore, man. It's crazy. I would say cheese. I want cheese. Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? What the fuck? As he charges in like a disgust. Yo, how is he still moving? Either way, he got what was coming to him. MATSUMAE put him out, was able to get her revenge for the clan at the very least. Yuma, Alisa, Mairo, I've avenged you all. At the very least, she was able to get that vengeance before she went out. But this shit is when things get utterly insane for me. These pages is what made the chapter for me. And let's look at how clean Furuta really is. The very first thing he does upon confirming Kijima's death is contact Special Class Uri, contact Kuri, and determine her location. Or I still do it to this day. Determine his location. Okay? That means, he says himself, it seems like they need a couple more minutes to get here. He's going to have everything cleaned up before they get there, and he's going to continue his infiltration of the CCG. Nobody's gonna be the wiser as to what unfolded in this hallway. Nobody's gonna fucking know. The man is fucking insane, sociopathic. It's oh my god. And then this is what makes him a fucking monster. He's a fiend, but I don't know. Something I fucks with Furuta. I'm not gonna lie, because how clean he went about this entire scene. As much as I hate him right now for killing MATSUMAE, and as much as I'm just, my mind is blown from this revelation, these moves from contacting Kuri to determine his location to as soon as his partners that are with him, there's only 2 other doves here, keep that in mind. I'll stand in front, rank 1 Furuta, stand behind me. This next page destroyed me. I was like, what the fuck is happening? He calmly slides him with this blank posed expression on his face in front of MATSUMAE's blow. The man dies looking back talking about what is the meaning of this. Rank 1 Furuta, what the heck are you doing? I'm sorry, he says, calm as shit. Sorry my ass, what do you think you're doing? Standing behind him. Yo, he's fucking crazy. Matsumae, using your colleague as a shield, do you not have any respect for them? And as Matsumae says this, he slaps, it looks like he slaps the quinque out of Furata's hand, which if Matsumae struck a blow to Furata's hand and he's unscathed, that shit is even crazier. That shit speaks to how powerful he could potentially be, and that's what it looks like to me. But maybe he just I don't even know. But then the man proceeds to gouge her eyes out with his bare hands just in her skull, because it was you who actually killed him. And this is the dialogue that I'm talking about as he slowly encroaches upon the blinded Matsumae. This scene started to hurt me when I read the raws, and I see him slowly encroaching. And this is the dialogue that makes me think he's human. It looks like you've been living a very proud life, but no matter how much you patch it up, you're nothing but a murdering cannibal. That's what you all are. Saying you all are creates this separation between him and ghouls. And it doesn't 100% confirm him human. It doesn't. And he very well could still be a ghoul. I don't know what kind of philosophy, I don't know what lies in the depths of this man's mind. I really don't, because this is the first time really considering this character who's fucking batshit, dude. But if he's Sota, he could either be a ghoul or a human being. It doesn't matter, right? But this line makes me believe that he's most likely a human. He proceeds, and this is when the revelation got me. Oh well, who cares? You missed. I'm sorry, Mr. MM. That's where it's done, because that right there reveals the tie to the ghoul world and showcases that he is in fact the spy within the CCG. The person I thought had been Kijima this entire time. No, it's Furuta. And for those of you that don't remember and don't understand why, Mr. MM is Tsukiyama's alias when he was part of the Gourmet Club. That was his alias, Mr. MM. So I'm wondering why the apology before slaying Matsumae to Shu, and what is the tie between them at that point? And that's why it could even branch out from just being, you know, this Sota theory, or potentially being the true leader of Pierrot, or having no ties whatsoever. Maybe it could still be that he has ties to V, like I put on Kijima's head, or has ties to Donato. All of these things can be encompassed within Furuta. It's too early to tell. But my biggest thing right now is the Sota theory. I don't think, because I've heard a couple people say that it could potentially be Uta himself because of Uta being no-face. I don't think that is Uta, because then it doesn't make sense. The entirety of this sequence and what his I can't put a finger on why, you know, he went about the you know, things, why Furuta went about doing things the way he did in this chapter. Regardless, it is too early to tell. But I don't think it's Uta. I don't think it's my boy. I don't think it's my boy. But I do believe in the Sota theory. That's it right there. That has it from the appearance, everything. I mean, it makes sense. Uta could potentially alter his appearance and become Furuta, but to what end? And why? What was he doing this entire time? Okay, so I don't think so. I don't think so on that. But as far as Sota thing goes, that very well might be it. But otherwise, clear ties to the ghoul realm. How far it goes and how, you know, the depths of it, whether he himself is a ghoul or not, and how far his abilities and powers go, remain to be seen. But if he was a ghoul, I think Ishida would have given us a little hint, maybe a Kakugan appearing on the eye and everything like that, or something, or maybe because he slayed it with the quinque too, so I don't fucking know. But shit was crazy. Now let's dive into the Shu versus Sasaki fight, because this is also hype as shit. But I'm also a bit annoyed with how this fight unfolded. Okay, shit was beast. They were going in very reminiscent of their first altercation, although, you know, Sasaki got dominated. But I digress, and very reminiscent of the second altercation as well. But anyway, that is none of your concern. Duh. I love Shu's resolve and looking into his mentality right now, okay? How exactly do you plan to survive by yourself, is what Sasaki asks him in the midst of their fight. You're surrounded by the CCG. Your guards are pretty much all dead. What do you plan to do? Tsukiyama, my boy Shu, Dove, that is none of your concern. And seeing his mentality at this point, I will defeat you. Die. I'm sorry, Sasaki. You, who should have been going through life peacefully, I've brought it all to naught. Kirishima, I think I finally understand what you really meant. I feel so lonely now that we've become strangers to each other. He's completely resolved to see Sasaki as a different person. And don't get it twisted, even in this fight, he still truly cares for Kanae and Sasaki. He truly does. He truly does. But as he resolved himself a couple chapters back, and as we saw, he's not going to let the sacrifice of MATSUMAE and the others be in vain. He is going to protect himself no matter what, dude. And here's the thing. Throughout the course of the fight, having clashed before, and the paneling and how it was drawn, I really did like the way that Ishida depicted everything. The artwork was on point. I'm not going to lie. But you see him analyzing it because he knows him so well in the history. Even Sasaki remembers what's going on, okay? Right. A feint with his left, a kick that seeks an opponent with a coiled up kagune, a thrust. Somehow, I know what's coming. Next up is, calling subconsciously on the memories of his past, lurking inside of him, okay? And in the beginning, a large swing strike. Shu lands it on him, dude. He's bleeding from his shoulder. With this, I've pretty much rendered him immobile, okay? That's right, what a nostalgic sequence is what he also says as well. Then it cuts away. Panel goes black. And we see the reverse. We see Sasaki on top of Shu. I want to know what transpired in those moments so fucking badly. That's the only thing that slightly annoys me, dude. How it ended up like this. But regardless, it's not unfathomable. It makes, even though my boy Shu was winning, it makes sense. And here's what gets me. Here's one of the best parts of the chapter aside from the Furuta reveal. It's better than the cliffhanger ending. It's more hype than that, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Shu says, you really are strong after all. What's wrong? I say, Sasaki. Kill me. And you see he hesitates. He has the pain. Once again, he can't decide what to do, as the internal, young Shiro Kaneki says, don't kill him, over and over again, knowing that in his past, subconsciously knowing that in his past, he genuinely cared for Shu. What am I supposed to do? Choose. Just what am I supposed to do? The hesitation, which costs him. Fucking this final page is, oh my god, you see the arm go flying, the clean slice. I know it has to be Kanae, okay? I know it has to be Kanae. But there's other possibilities as well. But that shit is crazy. That shit's crazy. And let's think of it this way. Yes, he can regen. I'm sure, while it is the whole hand, I'm sure he can still regen. I'm sure he still can get that hand back. If somehow he doesn't, that's just gonna be crazy. But either way, who is going to save Sasaki in this instance from Kanae? I wonder how the events are about to unfold. As far as, let's think of it this way. Shu is there. Shu can still go. I don't think that Shu is going to let this kind of deranged Kanae just take out Sasaki, okay? And I don't know that, I can't say that Kanae's mentality isn't so far gone after the torture from Eto that he wouldn't, challenge Shu and go against it, even though the only burning desire that he truly has still left to him is, reuniting with his master and protecting him. So, I have no way of knowing how things are going to go next, but I'm legitimately concerned for Sasaki. I am legitimately concerned for Sasaki. At the same time, we see this whole altercation weighing heavily on him and coaxing and pushing those memories to the surface even more, even further. It's only a matter of time before, the Kaneki persona rises to the surface. And granted, yes, there is no real separation between the personas. If you really think about it, I like to see it as multiple personalities. Personally, for me, they are separate individuals. They are separate entities as a result of the amnesia, okay? And we know that Kaneki in of himself holds multiple personalities inside of him. So Sasaki, for me, is a separate persona. But I know most people see it as, just him having lost his memories. But regardless of that, it's only a matter of time soon before we see the resurgence of these memories. This chapter, man. Fucking Furuta. I want to know what everybody thinks. I want to know, all the theories that are going down. I've already seen some. But I want to see others. Any possibilities that you guys can think of. What do you think is going to happen as far as the events that are transpiring with, Shu and Sasaki and potentially Kanae being there? Because I don't know who else it could possibly be. Who else that would want to slice off Sasaki's arm to save Shu? Okay, I mean, I guess Eto could be showing up, but why would she save Shu's life? Okay, unless she has some sort of, we can never really put our endgame on Eto's plan. So here's the thing. Even with all of this, and I know Furuta is going to get out of everything unscathed, because Ghoul's gonna show up, everybody's gonna be dead. He had Matsumae kill that one dude. I don't know how he's gonna put the other dude out, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, nothing's gonna lead back to him, as far as I'm concerned. And then we still fucking have Noro going in against the rest of the Qs, dude. Yo, I'm still mad concerned for my girl Saiko and either Saiko or Mitsuki. I think Urie and Shirazu won't be the ones to be taken in that order. In this order, it goes Saiko, Mitsuki, Shirazu, Urie, from most likely to least likely to either get fucked up and killed potentially or captured. I'm done, man. I can't. Ishida, please give me some chill. I know it's not coming next week, but when this arc ends, please give me another one of those bonus chapters, which, while very awesome and fun and do have hype surrounding them, it was chill. Like that Christmas party, that shit was awesome. I need something like that to kind of calm down, come off of this crazy hype for TG week after week after fucking week. Okay, let me know your thoughts, and I'm out. Peace.